How's it going, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of Crypto Clout. I am your host, FaZe Crypto, and welcome to another cryptocurrency video. Today, we will be discussing Cardano and the recent price action we've been seeing with Bitcoin thus far. We've broken above that $8,000 resistance, and now we're basically going to see what happens next with Bitcoin at the $9,112 at the current time of making this video. I want to talk about a few of these different articles right here first. So Cardano ADA team is doing amazing job for decentralized future. So of course, according to Cointelegraph, the ledger, of course, the legal leader at Big Four auditor PwC recently praised the Cardano team and has been working day and night towards the realization of a decentralized future. This team is led by, of course, Hodgkinson. The launch of Shelley is still awaiting, and we're on the edge of our seats looking forward to that. So it should be interesting, to see. I mean, I always just like to give a little bit of time in the beginning of the video, just talking about different steps that we see towards decentralization on a massive scale. Every little bit is it's a slow crawl. It's not a sprint yet, but when it does start sprinting, it's going to go quickly. It's going to sprint right into the into the jetpack and then into the spaceship, and it'll move faster than light. So PwC legal leader says Cardano is a huge part of future as ADA gets bullish catalyst. So in a bid to set up the of course, commercialization of Cardano and partnership. So we've got a interesting few different things. I mean, that's sort of a similar article right there. But of course, it will be interesting. Of course, IOTA compared to Cardano. It is interesting just to see what's happening with Cardano on the day-to-day basis. And in terms of Bitcoin, of course, if you guys are interested in my technical analysis for Bitcoin, make sure that you're subscribed with post notifications turned on. You guys can turn into and girls, you could all turn into the live stream, and whatever you identify as, we can discuss the future of cryptocurrency and all the different things that we see happening with Bitcoin as time goes on. Currently, like I said, looking at the resistance level now, where it currently stands, but still those 4% gains are pretty hefty on the current day. So anyway, I wanted to show this video right here. Quote, everybody should have 1% of their assets in Bitcoin specifically, unquote. So we're going to watch this video right here, and then we're going to continue to talk about the recent events we've been seeing in crypto. So here we go.
But basically, my view at the time, which I've held since today hasn't changed, is that everybody should probably I still believe that today. And I think it is just a fantastic hedge. So if you go back to the conversation this morning, when you see the amount of leverage the financial industry is running, and you think about all these dislocations and all these exogenous things that are happening that you can't predict, there's a lot of risk to the downside, and it would be great that an average individual citizen of any country in the world has an uncorrelated hedge. And I've said this repeatedly ad nauseum on this show. Every financial instrument is correlated.
But Buffett,
it's all fake, except Bitcoin,
but Chamath,
which is fundamentally
an uncorrelated hedge that Warren Buffett says has zero value, zero inherent value, unless someone pays more for it.
I think he's an exceptional person. I've learned an enormous amount, both from afar and the few interactions I've had with him. He is completely wrong. I think a reasonable strategy is to say 1% of my net worth should be in something that is completely uncorrelated to the world and how the world works. You quietly and quick, over some number of time, accumulate a position, and then you just never look at it again. And hope that insurance under the mattress never has to come due.
Right.
But if it does, it will protect you, because then that thing will be hundreds of thousands or $1 million a coin.
So did you catch that? I'm sure many of you did. I don't need to really explain too much, but I think it will be interesting, in this context, to look at how something like Cardano, true blockchain, and of course the future of the cryptocurrency space does have a lot of potential now for massive growth, in terms of adoption. And it is interesting. I mean, the fact that we see Bitcoin jumping all over the place. We're leading up to the halving now, and I know many of you are waiting on the edge of your seat to see how that goes. Typically, we do see some volatility leading up to the halving, and it is healthy. Still my prediction of the my prediction of the $7,000 Bitcoin still holds. I'm still expecting to see the price drop, but sort of a human interest piece here. This utility heats New York State and mines its own Bitcoin. So this is an interesting one. A power plant in New York's Finger Lakes region has set up its own Bitcoin mining operation using electricity to generate about $50,000 worth of virtual currency every day. Definitely very interesting. The machines work off of so-called behind-the-meter power, which makes it extremely low cost. The private equity firm said because power in crypto mining machines is usually so energy intensive, miners have been roaming the world seeking out cheaper electricity, such as that available from hydro power plants. Many met with the unwelcome surprise when those utilities jacked up prices. So this is interesting. I mean, I think it sort of is a look into the future of what we can expect to see. I think that this is it's a very interesting decision that they made, and hell, good on them. If I had my own private power plant, I'd probably using it to mine crypto as well. It's a smart decision. Of course, remember, this video is for entertainment, educational purposes only. Of course, I'm not your financial advisor. I'm not your dad. I'm only here making this content so that I could give you guys my opinion. You guys got to do your own research and come up with your own perspectives on these things. But I could definitely see, the potential for $5, $7 Cardano in the long term. Not to criticize Bitcoin, because I know many of you come on here and say that I'm pretty hard on Bitcoin, but I think that it's necessary. I think that it's important that we hold Bitcoin accountable, true decentralization, because Bitcoin does hold a huge philosophical stake in the future of the internet in general. And I think that we talk about decentralization and we talk about blockchain, it's important to notice all the different weaknesses and strengths that Bitcoin has pervading its reputation, and it will be interesting to see how that reputation develops. So anyways, analysis, Litecoin may have bottomed and is ready to lead crypto to new highs. Of course, unstoppable domains, Chrome extension says browser Ethereum based sites, 65 million investment fuels natural gas, behind the meter Bitcoin operation. We talked about that. The beer virus may be the reason yet to own Bitcoin. That was we have talked about that. I'm not really gonna go into that. This isn't the pandemic channel. So anyway, Litecoin may be the silver to Bitcoin's digital gold, but oftentimes it's the 7th ranked crypto asset by market cap that leads the crypto market. According to one analysis, Litecoin may have bottomed out and new highs are inbound for the altcoin. The analysis also says that this means that Bitcoin and the rest of the altcoin market will follow. Will be interesting, a cool piece of art right there that they've included. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the different news articles that we've included and discussed about in this broadcast. I think that's a lot of information for today. I know many of you had some other articles we didn't have the chance to include, so we'll probably include those in a later on video we'll make today. But yeah, it is interesting. Icon top performer of the day with 21 at the time of making this video. Tezos coming in, a BBC coin. Definitely always interesting to take a look at the top performers at any given day, the winners of any given day. But anyways, hope you guys have enjoyed this broadcast. Remember to subscribe, comment down below, the family-friendly comment, of course, And of course, have a good day, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.